Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phi and this is Money Philosophy. Thank you for coming back for another day of Tesla analysis. Today we will be looking at Tesla price targets for the upcoming days and see whether or not Tesla would sustain a chance of bouncing or whether or not it will continue to move downward. The stock ended the day today at $966.41. down almost 5% from last week. So let's take a look at chart analysis. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am a growth stock investor and a trader, and I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journeys. Thank you very much, and let's get right into it. Well, before we talk about technical analysis today, we have to mention the fact that Elon was selected as Time Magazine's 2021 Person of the Year. This is pretty phenomenal given that generally the news media as well as Wall Street does not necessarily recognize Elon Musk, who has done so much for humanity and will continue to do so for many years to come. As you know, Elon is not the type of person that cares about this type of recognition. So I'm pleasantly surprised that he actually sits there for the Time magazine to make a video out of him and the whole story about who he is. So this is a very good recognition, one step in the right direction for the news media. I'm certainly happy about it. And of course, it did not affect the stock price positively, but I think this has little to do with the stock price action today. Let's get into chart analysis. Here's the daily chart for Tesla. As you can see here, Tesla broke out of my descending triangle and held below 50 days SMA. So right now, 50 days SMA is roughly at around $1,005. But Tesla for the entire day has been trading below 50 days SMA. It briefly touched around $951 today, which is at the upper end of the gap that is created way back in October during the recent breakout. This gap would be filled at $909, and I know a lot of you have been asking me about this gap. The gap leaves uncertainty in the market, and especially it is a weekly gap, so it necessarily would be filled if Tesla is moving downward. Now, I should have said that Tesla will absolutely and without a doubt fill the gap because anything could happen. Tesla could still bounce from here, never look back, or going down a little further, fill half of the gap, and then bounce and never look back, right? Anything could happen. But from a probability standpoint, when I do have a gap and when the stock moving downward like this, touching the upper end of the gap, chances are it would fill the gap. Now, of course, if Tesla bounce and go all the way up to about $1,200, the chance of it filling this gap is less and less. The probability of the gap being filled would reduce significantly with the passage of time. I can't really pinpoint whether that is 6 months, 3 months, 5 weeks, but I could tell you that if the stock continued to break away from this gap, it has been, say, 3 to 5 months since the last time the gap was created, I would say the chance of it filling this gap is lower and lower and probably will cease to exist at one point. So hopefully that answers the question about the gap. Let's get back into chart here. Today, the volume was 92%, which is just about average. The volume was about 26 million shares. The average volume is about 28.5 million shares. We do not know whether or not Elon Musk sold any stock here, but if he did, I don't think the volume was significant by any means. Right now, Tesla lost 50 days SMA. At $1,005. It is heading downward, and it is about $56, $57 away from filling the gap here. The 200 days SMA right now is standing at $757. I do not expect Tesla to go all the way down here, but I think a move back to below 50 days SMA will mean that Tesla will probably bounce and retouch 50 days SMA at any point in time. Having said all that, right now, because Tesla lost 50 days SMA, it is definitely bearish. And the question now is, how long would Tesla stay below 50 days SMA before reclaiming 50 days SMA? 50 days SMA at that time will be serving as a resistance and no longer a support. and Tesla could touch resistance and move back down again. So we're looking at a whole different ball game when the stock trades below 50 days SMA. I don't expect Tesla to fall down all the way to 200 days SMA, which is this red line right here. I think Tesla first needs to fill the gap. Then it will probably move back down to right about 863, which was the previous support point. And at that point, it will probably bounce. My hope is that Tesla would bounce right when it fills the gap at $909 here. Looking at the hourly chart, so tomorrow's trading range, all three pivot points are below 50 days SMA. The upper pivot point is $998. The middle pivot point is $975. And the bottom pivot point is $919, which is only about $10 from filling the gap here. So let's see what Tesla will do tomorrow. Chances are that it would be more bearish than bullish. After hours, Tesla already moved down about $10. I would be surprised if Tesla has a gap down tomorrow, try to fill the gap and then continue to move downward. I would be a buyer at $910, give or take. So another thing to pay attention to is that we are having another RSI divergence on the hourly chart while the stock is moving down. RSI has been moving up. So I think that it could get to an extreme level of selling pretty soon here, and presumably at around 909. Then Tesla would bounce again. When Tesla does bounce, the play would be for a call option for Tesla to reclaim 50 days SMA at $1,005. The play right now wouldn't be for Tesla to move all the way back up to $1,200, at least not the short-term play anyway. As far as options trading, if Tesla does get to $910, I would be considering a call option, possibly into January 7th, which could potentially cover the Q4 delivery result. I would be looking at $1,050 in strike price. It is right now at about $2,900. But if Tesla moved down another $50, then this option would become, give or take, $1,500 or $1,800 or so. If you can afford a little bit more, I would go closer to the money. So when Tesla get to about $910, I would go for $960 strike, also around January 7th. So $960 right now is around $6,500. If it gets to about $4,000 or $4,500, that could be a good opportunity. Now, if you are interested in more of a leap type of option, I would be looking at $1,100 out to January 2024. That right now is about 31,000. I expect this to move down drastically, potentially get to below 20,000 if Tesla gets to about $900, give or take. Along that same line, you could also look into $1,200, which Tesla all-time high was $1,243. So $1,200 is not out of the realm of possibility here. You're looking at about $29,000 in premium, and when Tesla tanked to $910 or $900, you're looking at below $20,000 for this particular call option. So if you have been keeping your powder dry, I think this is a very good, safe enough bet when Tesla retraced back to $900. If you are more optimistic about Tesla like I am, you can also look at $1,400 strike price. It is right now at about $24,000. Once again, I don't look to buy at $24,000. I'm looking to buy at even $15,000 if possible, right? Because I do think that $1,400 is the price target that is quite achievable in the next few months and probably at most at the end of 2022. And if you're buying time until early 2024, this option can be doing really well if you choose to hold on to it. Once again, pick a good point of entry, and in my mind, that has to be $900 to $910. If for whatever reason Tesla falls below $900, that would be completely irrational selling, and I would be loading the boat both on shares and call options, both short term and longer term. If you're not interested in leap call option, I would say January 7th or January 28th, which covers hopefully Tesla Q4 2021 earnings, or even February 18th. February 2022, I would look at maybe $1,100. Right now it is around $5,500 or $5,600. You're looking at this number to go down to maybe about below $4,000 when Tesla get to $900 in order to enter a trade there. I would pick a target price that is acceptable to take off the trade, or a profit percentage to take off the trade, as opposed to how long I'd be holding on to the trade, right? So for example, if you enter a trade and Tesla bounced back up to 50 days SMA and you're making about 50% on that trade in terms of profit, I would take off that trade, because you don't know if Tesla will continue to move back down after hitting 50 SMA as a resistance, or whether or not it will spike through. If you have leap call option and want it to hold long term, that's an entirely different story. But if you are trading short term, right now my immediate price target would be about $1,005 if Tesla get to $909 first. So this is it for this video. I hope the information is helpful to you. I did not get a chance to cover Amazon and Shopify today, both of which are bearish today. So I definitely would think the bears are still in control. Hopefully it will get to a point of reversal. For Shopify, I do think it could potentially get to 200 days SMA once again and then bounce. And Amazon has not gotten to 200 days SMA. And I expect that it will in the next day or so before bouncing. So this is it. Good luck to you all, and thank you very much for listening thus far. Until the next video, bye.